Hello, hello everyone. I think you guys are doing well and welcome to this clay tutorial. So in this tutorial, I'm going to explain the clay use cases and how you can work with clay. So I'll make two videos. In the first videos, I will explain the basic overview and the clay interfaces and few of their the initial components I'm going to explain in this video, and in the next video I'm going to explain the more advanced feature of clay. So first thing, what is clay? So I think, as you guys know, clay is one of the more advanced and dynamic go-to marketing tool at this moment in the industry compared to ZoomInfo, Apollo, or some other tools. So Clay is more dynamic because of Clay has almost 1400 integrations with like all kinds of data providers and sources. So that's what makes Clay, the different from other similar tools. So let's get started and see first what is the Clay use cases. Okay, so you can use Clay for inbound, outbound, RevOps, and marketing. So these are the four main use cases of Clay and core components. So these are the core components of Clay: sources, enrichments, formulas, AI tools, exports, HTTP API, and webhooks. So in this tutorial, I'm going to explain the first two components, that is sources and the enrichments. And in the next video, I'm going to explain, the formulas and the AI tools and how you can export and how HTTP API works and the webhooks as well. So before that, as a fundamental understanding, we have to, this is a kind of, the mental model or the mind map to work with Clay. The first is basically the work on like find, enrichment, transform, and export. This is the framework basically based on like Clay fundamental, like how Clay works. So first you have to find the data. For example, you're finding the leads, so you can find it first party data or you can get it from third party. And there is also intent data. So these are sort of a signal like job changes, web visits, and promotions, something like this. And then once you get the data, you can enrich it with like Clay has like almost 100 plus enrichments data providers. So all they have integrated in their native tools, and they have that they have Clayzent, OpenAI, Gemini, and like other AI tools. And the next step after find, then enrichment, and the next step is basically the transform. Okay, so when we are going to explain with the example, I think you guys will understand better. But keep this in mind as a mental model so that whenever we are going to work with Clay and showing you the example, you guys can, understand the Clay framework. That would really help you to work with Clay and then exports. Okay, so all the data we have in this platform, for example, enrichment transform, then we are going to export it like to our intended platform. For example, a smart lead, like instantly HubSpot, CRM tools, like outreach tools, CRM tool, or the data warehouse, Snowflake or Google BigQuery. So this is the, you can see mental model and a mind map and the framework, like whatever you say, this is the kind of framework how the Clay works. Okay, so let's get started with two of the main components of Clay. That one is sources, another one is enrichments. Okay, so let's get started with the Clay platform. Okay, so this is whenever you log in, this is what the interfaces you can see like in the Clay platform. You have, okay, you can see there is a start from source. So these are the sources. Find people, find companies, find jobs. So these are the sources. You can start with the AI tool as sculptor, but I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to show you like the manually how you can do this. But later on, I think I'll make one videos how you can do everything with the sculptor as well. So let's start with one. Is that one is sources, another one is uh, enrichments. So we are going to start with the find people. This is one of many options to source your lead or prospects in Clay. So you can start with find people. Then here is like the filter options for it's similar to Apollo. So we are, for example, we are looking for software development company, and company size, for example, self-employed and 2 to 10 people. Then job title, seniority, for example, you're looking for C-suite and the owner. Then job titles is CEO, Chief Executive Officer, and location, for example, we are looking for Canada. So based on your ICP firmographics, you can add or exclude as many, the filters as you want. It's similar to Sales Navigator and Apollo. Then once you have all the data, all the filter option here, then you can continue. Based on your requirements, Play provided the data here. You can see it's provided it's already it's updating. So it will provide the people name, company name, their first name, last name, full name, job title, locations, company domain, and LinkedIn profile as well. So you can see, as you can see, like we have data, like company data, LinkedIn profile, but we don't have email for this, right? So what we're gonna do, we going to, looking for their email. So here you can add enrichments. So as you know, first thing is source, like find the leads. So next is basically the enrichment. So I'm going to show you how you can use the enrichment features in Clay. So here you can see add enrichment. You can also, same things you can do the enrichment here as well. So we are looking for work email. So you can see this is the work email options. So you click here. So this is a enrichment. So for example, what's the difference between, Apollo and, other similar platforms with Clay? Like if you go to full configurations, so this is kind of a waterfall features. For example, here is like 7 or 8. So these are basically, the standalone, the data provider and the lead magic, Prospeo, drop contact, hunter.io. So normally what happens in Apollo or maybe the drop contact, if you're looking for email address, for example, you are looking for 100 email address for 100 people, like then you will get like 60 to 70% email addresses, but maybe you won't find 40 other like the email addresses. That here, Clay has a waterfall, the enrichment option, so that you can, like, for example, Lead Magic will search for all the email addresses for these people. If Lead Magic doesn't find the email addresses, then it will go to Prospeo, find email like this. It will go in a waterfall process. So each tool is going to like if going to like provide you the email addresses. If, for example, if a Prospeo doesn't find the email addresses, then it will go for drop contact. Okay, so for each, you can see here the credits. Okay, for each person's email addresses, you need to spend like the 2 credits per email addresses, right? So we are going to run only 10 rows to show you how it works. So it will cut your 20 like 20 credits. So let's run it, and then you will see the waterfall started here. Okay, so as you can see, if you expand it, you can see all the data sources. First, it will try to find, the work email using this particular tool. Like if this particular tool doesn't find the email addresses, then it will go here, then it will go here. So it will go one by one. Like if this particular tool, you see this particular uh, this tool doesn't find the email addresses for this guy, right? So next, basically it will find work email. So it used this particular tool, right? So this is how the waterfall uh, process works here. As we found all the email addresses so far in this step, that's why it says like run condition not met. That means it won't run here as well. So it will save your credit, and then at the end of the day, you see you get all the email addresses, right? So this is a work. This is a waterfall. This is a waterfall enrichment options here in Clay. So this is a one options you like. This is a one of many enrichment option you have seen here. Like you got all the email addresses. Next, I want to show you like few others enrichment as well. For example, we want to enrich each person. So this is enrichment, enriching all the persons. So we are going to click here, and you're gonna see like you're gonna continue to add fields. Then you see okay. So it will provide you this data from their LinkedIn, from their the websites, every person's. So for example, I want to I don't need like if you want like how many connections they have in their LinkedIn. Okay, I'm looking for this. I want the headlines. I want the summary as well, and I don't need education. So whatever information you need, you just toggle on. And if you don't need information, you just toggle off. So then, okay, okay, publications. I don't need these informations. Okay, let's run for the panel. Okay. So right now, what Clay done, so it's running, it's enriching each person, like all the information they're pulling out from the available information, pulling out from their LinkedIn or websites. So as you can see, like each person's information, name, title, their organizations, how many connections they have in their LinkedIn, and this is their headline available in LinkedIn, and this is the summary available in their LinkedIn profile. So for example, this guy doesn't have any summary in their LinkedIn profile, so you can see it's blank. This is also blank. And I want to talk about more regarding the enrichment. If you click the enrichment, you can see like we can find out company domain, monthly website traffic, company last funding. So all are basically the waterfall. Like for example, if you go the company latest funding, if you go to full configuration, so it will use these particular tools, deal room, Crunchbase, intelligence. So what's the what I like initially explained, right? So it has more than 100 plus data provider integrated into their platform. So this is a one of the the most advanced feature of Clay. So they called it waterfall. Like if intelligence doesn't find the information, then it will go to deal room, then it will go to Crunchbase. So whatever information you need based on your requirements, even company revenue, if you click here, you will see like more enrichment option here. You can use the AI. I'll show you in a bit in the next tutorial as well. And you can enrich the company. So here are a few options like, okay, company acquisition, company address. You just click drag and drop option, right? So whenever, if you want to find the employee count, how many employee. So let's run it. Let's see how it works. So these are the all the enrichment option available in Clay. For example, I'm looking for employee count, right? So you can see here, uh, they will basically taking from company domain, enrich latest experience, okay, and company domain. So if you go to full configuration, so you can see these are the data providers, right? So these are all the data providers, and it will go in waterfall approach. If HG Insight doesn't find the information, then it will go to this people data. If people data labs doesn't find the information, then it will go to ClearFit. So each row it will cut 6 credits. So let's run it. It will cut 60 credits. So save and run for the 10 rows. I'm showing you another enrichment option here. So you can see then, okay, as you see, this is a waterfall. So you can see here, okay, so each company, the enrichment is in the process. So you can see, okay, so you at the end of the enrichment, you see how many employees they have in each company. 9 people, 14, 32, 25, 13. This is so whatever information you need based on your requirements, you can go to enrichment. So first is find, next is enrichment. So you have available like a lot of available enrichment option as I like discussed. You can enrich the person, mobile phone, global, person bio, anything like whatever uh, your requirement. Next, what we are going to do, that is a transform, like we find the leads, we enrich the leads, now it's transform. So transform is basically how we are going to use this data for our use case. For example, I'm going to use AI here, and I'm writing here, write a short fast line for outbound, uh, for outbound, uh, for outbound marketing using, okay, I'm here using um, their summary, their LinkedIn summary, write a short fast line for outbound marketing using the summary. Next, then then you can generate here. You will see their AI, it's called a sculptor. So it's basically giving you the prompt. It will take uh, 1 minute, I think. Okay. So now it's basically giving you the uh, the exact prompt. So you can check this one, write a short first line for outbound marketing using summary instruction, summary, yeah, summary. Okay. So this is fine, and the fields is fine. Next, what we're gonna do is I'm going to run this one. So this is kind of one of many examples of transform. So it's basically writing the first line for our outbound marketing. Okay. Okay. So here some inputs are missing. So I'm not going to I think because as we didn't find the information of this summary, you remember, like two people, they don't have a summary, so it wouldn't work here. So here you can see, for example, I channel entrepreneurial energy and data-driven learning to solve real community challenges with business innovations. Your insight that world connects people through others highlights the power of network we embrace. So this is how you can write the personalized fast line based on their summary. And then this is something, this is the this is we called clay called transform. Next is basically the next option is basically the export. So here you can go to the add enrichment option. Then if you write here the smart lead, and you can add the leads to your campaign, and you can even add to instantly as well. So this is export. Like the framework, it's called find, source, enrich. So you can update the leads, you can add to the campaign, or you can export it as a CSV file, or you can export to CRM, right? So you can download it as a CSV file. For example, I'm downloading it as a CSV file, or you can export to CRM, or you can send table data to your like in Google Sheet or the Excel file. So that this is it, and we are almost close in our first like the first lesson. So the idea is basically once you find the people, then you are going to enrich them. For example, enrich the person, work email to check like how many people are working in their company. And based on the informations you have, you can transform. You can write a fast line, or you can write whatever you want, like based on the informations you have. That's called transform. Then you can export the data. In our next tutorial, I will show you how to use